Hello, 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 beautiful people. Come on in here, come on in here, come on in here. It is movie night with the ladies, okay? Oh, yes, it's ladies' night. Oh, what a night. Okay, we here to talk about the Jacksons, An American Dream Part 2, okay? Picking up where we left off. Let me go ahead and bring my ladies in. What up,
What's
Moochie?
up? What's up? What's up? Ew. We are talking about the Jacksons. Hey, Terry. Hey, Rashandria. Hey, Daria. Ew.
Yes. What's up, EJ?
Hello, hello, hello. And I was over here. Oh, what a night.
I was just about to say that too. Oh, yes.
Mm-hmm.
What's up? What's up? What's up? Hello, ladies. How y'all doing?
Hello. Man. Hey, Derry. Hey, Rashonda Greer, Daria, J. Alexandra. Thank y'all for joining us tonight.
Hey, y'all.
So, I've been having technical difficulties, y'all. Y'all know how it goes. It's not allowed if I don't have some technical difficulties. Well, we gonna make it do what it do. So, of course, we started out, picking up where we left off, y'all, with the Jacksons. After they won the Apollo Theater and they got on this road to go on to, go see Barry Gordy and them at Motown. Sorry, y'all, I forgot to send this out.
Yeah, they had to go. They had to sleep on the floor. They had to
Mhm.
they was missing school and stuff like that too.
Yes, yes. Yeah,
So
that's
yeah,
crazy how they was going
they
to
went in
school
Detroit.
and doing
They got
all
this
that other
whole
kind of.
I'm sorry.
No, you
I'm
good.
sorry. They got this whole they got the audition through Jackie Wilson.
Mm-hmm.
And Michael emulated a lot of his moves. This is where he got a lot of his moves. Everybody think it was all James Brown. No, Mike took drops from everybody. The Temps. He took drops from Jackie Wilson. He took drops from James Brown. He took stuff from Joe Tex because Joe Tex came out before James Brown, y'all. If y'all know that, because that was really Joe Tex style.
Yeah.
Anywho, that was just a little FYI I was giving.
Yes, definitely. So, can I just say before we get into it, I don't know about y'all, but Joe worked my nerves in this second half. I said, Joe, you a narcissist, you trifling, child, you messy. He was getting on my nerves, okay?
Yes.
He was a real
Definitely
butthead in
was.
this episode. But
Oh,
you
Can
know
I
God.
say it, Speaker? Can I say it? It's only
Yes.
one part I want to say. I don't want you. I don't want you no more.
Yes, I was so here for Catherine, baby. I said, go ahead, Katie, get him. Get him, girl. So, yeah, we was here at Motown. We was auditioning. Barry Gordy was trying to act like he wasn't interested. Does anybody know what the song was that they sung for the audition?
Oh
Let me see
yeah,
what
I
y'all
know.
say in the chat if y'all know. What was the audition song? And they did have a little change. It wasn't a big one, but with how they performed this song. Like a little change they
I'll
did.
put it in the chat.
Hey, King. Oh, I'm saying hey to you and you up here. Hey, I'm Suburbia.
Hey Suburbia, you
Yes,
still here,
she
Echo?
got it. She got it.
What's the Echo going on? Is that me? I think it is me.
Yeah, so the change was that you know how they all said the baby, baby, baby together. In real life, it was only Michael that said that part. That wasn't a big change, I ain't
Yeah,
mad
that
at it.
wasn't.
But they did good, and he was trying to front on them and not show, how much he
He
liked
really
them.
liked them.
Mhm. But Michael knew what time it was. He was like, he like us. We gonna be with most. He was claiming that. I said, I know that's right, Michael.
Yep, you gotta claim it.
Right. Definitely. But they didn't like get started like right away because Joe actually was still there and telling them how they was supposed to sign the contract, and they was like, "Oh, so you ain't gonna have to work here at the mill no more." And he was like, "Nah, we ain't got the money yet, so I still gotta keep coming in." And then he goes to Reeby's wedding, and it was like, "Why didn't you just stay home? You coming here to be all evil and cranky and showing out and embarrassing? Like, I did not like that. How did y'all feel about that?
It was
Yeah,
disgusting. He should have stayed his behind at home.
Yeah, he was horrible.
Because I was confused. I'm like, is that not his child? Like, you know what? All right, that's Joe. Okay.
Yeah,
I mean,
that was just
what she expect? She's got to live her life. Was she supposed to just take care of them, take care of her brothers and sisters? That's not her life,
right?
It's an echo somewhere.
Yeah, I don't know where it's coming from. Is it me? Is it me?
It sounds like it. Yes.
All right, hold up. Let me know. Hold up. Give me a second. Is it still me? Is it still me?
A little bit.
It's going. I think it's going now.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, so I didn't like that. He was complaining about, not move Motown not moving fast enough. He throwing forks across the table. I'm like, boy, like, come on. And then gonna tell her when she was like, I'm so glad you came, because she wasn't even expecting him. She was like, oh, I wish my brothers could have been here too. Oh, they got more important stuff to do. I said, Joe, go somewhere and sit your behind down. So of course, this was when they finally got the call. So talk about this part, Moochie, when they get over here to Barry's mansion.
Look, Jermaine spotted Hazel Gordy from get-go. It was sparks and everything. And they was not used to seeing how, like, that big house. They used to being cramped up in a small house, and it's 10 of them. So this was like a whirlwind for them.
Yes, absolutely. I agree. I'm about to call you Reby. EJ, what you doing?
Listen, I don't want to be Reby though. I'm just saying.
I was gonna say Pink Centipede. I was gonna say Pink Centipede.
Yes.
Well, I guess that's maybe, but nah. I take.
Yeah, Reby said I ain't got time for y'all.
Yeah, no, I mean, this was it was interesting seeing something different, because sometimes, you live in a corner of a world and you don't know that there is something different. So I did like that, but I did think it was interesting that they truly were love at first sight for those two, like they said.
Joe seen that and he was like, Jermaine, she's trying to hurry up and get him. And happy birthday to him. Happy belated birthday, because his birthday was like 2 days ago, Jermaine Jackson. Oh, okay. OG knowledge, what's going on? He says Joe was wrong at Reeby's wedding by not letting her brothers attend because they had a gig. I agree. Yeah. He didn't want them to have no fun, baby. Okay, if it wasn't work, he wasn't trying to hear it. What's up, OT Lungs? Thanks for coming.
What's up, OT?
What up?
And when they got to the when they were at the mansion, you could see other children, and it was like, oh, this is what children do,
right?
Oh, okay,
they really didn't have a childhood.
It ain't just school and work. Okay, we can have fun. Yeah, they was able to let their hair down at Barry's house.
Right. Yeah, I agree. I definitely agree. So Candy Love, this one they first, get up here with Diana. What y'all thought about this?
It was I like the scene. What got me was after the fact when it was like she thinks she found us and she didn't, and then it was like Michael Jackson and the Jackson 5 or the Jackson. I can't remember exactly what it was, but that really ticked them off. But of course, they make an excuse for her. She was just in a moment or whatever.
Right.
Typical Diana.
I was definitely pissed off by that, and I know that was the story for a really long time that Diana, discovered them. So of course he was going off about that when they was in this store. Then he wasn't too happy that she wanted to get them the new outfits either, because he was like, Catherine made the outfits just like Beyonce mother be making hers. So he's like, we got outfits. We don't need y'all out buying them nothing.
And of Joseph trying to pinch every penny.
Right.
He got mouths to feed. He waiting on this money. So I'm glad y'all got it.
Exactly. Exactly. So I don't even remember which one got with Dee Dee. Was that Tito? I think that was Tito.
Yeah, that was Tito.
Yeah, he found his love at first sight over at the school, and they were
Yeah.
saying they didn't know when they was gonna be able to meet up again.
Now I understand why Joe was hard on them about being with having relationships, because that can throw you off and make you not
Hmm.
want to do stuff. Especially when you're young and it's fresh. It can throw a curveball in there. But he was like he didn't want them to even look at nobody, talk to nobody. Like he was just despicable.
Yeah, he just wanted it to be like nothing but the music. Like I get it. I
Mhm.
know you have to work hard for what you want. It's certain aspects of it that I understand, but then I feel like they also was cheated out a lot of things and then caused them other problems later on in life
Yeah,
Yep,
that they
I
probably
agree.
wouldn't have had to deal with.
yeah,
So
they were
now
sheltered.
Catherine finally get out here to the house. EJ, what you thought about this? Because I didn't like how they treated Catherine and this.
I didn't either. Because first and foremost, she been waiting and waiting and waiting. She finally get out here, and then she ready to go see Diana Ross, and then you gonna tell her that she can't go. And it looked like a family event to me. So where's the
Right.
family?
Everybody else had their families. And he talking about some, no, it's just for the boys, it's business.
Yeah, it wasn't no
I
business. And did you see how
no,
he
I'm
looked at that
sorry.
lady when
He
she
was
walked
he was
by?
already doing stuff. He was
Yeah,
already doing stuff there.
Yeah,
yeah. Did you see how
Mm-hmm.
he looked at that lady when
Mm-hmm.
she walked by in her swimsuit? Like,
yeah, that was just an excuse.
yeah,
Mm-hmm.
I,
That's
Yep,
how I felt about
exactly.
it. Yeah.
Yep, me too.
Let me see what y'all saying in the comments. OG says, I'm sorry, y'all. My thing is acting up. Okay. Diana Ross definitely introduced them to the world. They ran with it, but that gave them more exposure. Yeah, that's what Suzanne was trying to tell him, but he wasn't looking at it in that aspect. He was over Diana, and after a while, he was getting over Barry too. That's why we didn't see MJ in the normal relationships. Yeah, I definitely think it impacted all of them with their relationships, to be honest. Because you heard the
Yeah,
crazy stories throughout the years.
yeah,
So this was still pretty much them at the party. And see, even with this part, they was trying to have a little fun in the pool, and Joe basically was like, okay, that's it, gotta get out. We ain't here for that. Especially when he seen him in the pool with Hazel. He like, oh hell no. Got to get up out of there. So this, of course, is when they were singing the song in the studio. Does anybody know what song they were singing? And okay, there's a double question here. Okay, what did Barry Gordy tell Michael to say?
oh, let me put it in the chat.
do we got to put it in the chat? I can't type it. I'll wait till after the thing. I'm on my phone.
Let me see
I
if
don't wanna
anybody in
accidentally
the comments know. Yeah, them being Jehovah Witness definitely played a big part too.
Oh yeah.
'Cause they couldn't celebrate holidays, they couldn't celebrate the birthdays and different things of that nature. Okay, OG, I see you.
Damn.
I see you.
If you should ever find someone
Yes, Candy
new,
Love.
you know
Hmm.
he better be good to you.
Yeah, that was the jam.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he told him just look over your shoulder. He was like, Michael say just look over your shoulder. And then who was it? I think it was
Jermaine.
yeah,
Jermaine,
he was
they said
like, he
shoulders.
said it wrong. And he was like,
It
no,
was
Mhm.
that's
Terrence
what
Howard.
Yeah,
yeah,
Terrence.
Oh
yes.
gosh.
Yeah. Just look on your shoulders, honey.
He killed that. He
Yes.
definitely killed
Look at
it.
OT saying shoulders. OT gonna be singing
Yeah.
outside.
So this was another little moment. We didn't really get to see too many of them, but they was playing their little basketball for a minute. And of course, here come Joe standing at the top of them stairs, like, that's the wrap. And get on up here and get to work. So now they was about to, I think they was practicing for the tour, and they was
Uh-huh.
about to leave to go to sing the national anthem, but they didn't know they was going to sing the national anthem. What did you think about that, Moochie? Or
They
did
didn't
I
know the
skip?
national anthem.
Wait, I don't think these slides is in order. Y'all know I be having problems, child, with these. But he
You got
Berry
this.
Gordy also told him an important part here too, because he was saying how Joe wanted him to um pass the mic so that way he could dance. And Berry Gordy was like,
Mm-hmm.
no, your mic is your weapon. You never let it go. And you just seen the way he was looking up at him and smiling. And you always just kind of seen how much he admired Berry Gordy and enjoyed when he was around. So
Yeah.
this was, of course, when Diana, when they was performing, she finally gets to go and see her. And I was cracking up when she told Joe that she's so beautiful, and he was rolling his eyes up in the he was rolling his eyes up in the air. But
Yeah.
Moochie, talk about this part, how he took over the performance.
Yo, they was. It looked like they was kind of like fighting over the mic. They was doing that back and forth with it. So it looked
Yeah.
like they was fighting over the mic, but he listened to Barry Gordy. But you got to
Mm-hmm.
remember, this all stems from Joseph.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Anybody know? Well, y'all should all know what Diana was singing.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, because Catherine even said, like, she messed up giving that microphone to Mike. He ain't never gonna let it go. Mm-mm-mm. He was all running up and down and back and forth on the stage.
Mike says
Mm-hmm.
my time to shine. Let me get it now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So this was another one of those moments. EJ, I don't know if you want to break this down, where it's like Joe is telling him, don't touch none of the equipment. And then Barry comes in and is like, you see that connection between them again. Joe was looking like, if looks could kill.
He really.
Mm-hmm.
But you know what I think about this? I think this really just goes to show that there are different types of, and not saying that he was their parent, but
Mm-hmm.
he is a figure, like an older figure that they look up to, right? But it just goes to show
Mm-hmm.
different styles, and you get different results from different styles. Now, who's to say that, Joseph knew anything other than what, he was doing? Maybe this is what he was
Right.
taught. I think he does say that in the first episode when
Mm-hmm.
talking to Katie. But then you see how Barry Gordy instead teaches him, but also answers his questions and lets him know this costs this much. You want to know how much it costs? Maybe you won't break it if you how
Right.
much it costs. And to me, that was like a
Exactly.
positive reinforcement. If you know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? Like it don't
Yeah.
always have to be
Yes.
one way.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. I definitely agree with that.
Joe was like, put your hands in your pockets, or
Right.
sit on your hands. He was, instead of teaching them, this is what this is.
Mm-hmm.
Now, this is what this costs. Can
Because
you afford to
before,
break?
even earlier, I think Michael was asking questions and he told him to be quiet. And he told Suzanne, oh, he's always getting on all of our nerves with his questions. But it's like, at the same time, that's the only way you learn stuff is by
Mhm.
asking stuff. Yeah, it could be kind of annoying. Kids can do the most with it. But him being inquisitive is also how he learned the business and was able to become an even better entertainer. So you could look at it, both
Yes.
ways, and he could know how to do the behind the scenes as well as being up, in the front. So of course Joe come on outside, and Candy, you want to talk about this?
Listen, you know how some people say when you're doing dirt, you don't want nobody else to do nothing or have no fun. It seems like
Mm-hmm.
that's what
Mm-hmm.
he's been the entire time. Like, because you're dirty, you got your little, skeletons in the closet. It's like you don't want the kids to be kids. You don't want them to, grow up and be adults.
Right.
Because it's like you got your own dirt going on. Like they can't even have anything, inkling of anything going on. I don't know what's going on. I wonder why he was like that. He was just a tyrant. He was terrible.
Yeah,
I really
I
think
think
that
he
he
just
wants them
wanted
to.
them to be focused on the music, and it was funny to me too because he was a little bit more lenient, not that much, but a little
Hmm.
bit more lenient with Jermaine as far as Hazel because that was Barry Gordy's daughter, and he literally says that to Tito here, whereas Tito is older than Jermaine, if I'm not mistaken. So you would
Hmm.
think
Yep.
that because he's older that maybe, and he's like, well, Jermaine got Hazel here all the time. He's like, that's dumb, okay, because that's Mary's daughter. I can't control that, but I'm gonna control you.
Yeah. I
That
do
was
think
messed up.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's like it's just all for one and one for all, not just. Well, you have to. handle people according to how they behave for one thing, but it seems like he just didn't want nobody to do nothing.
You know what I felt like with him? I felt like with him, he was living his dream through his kids.
He absolutely
Because
was.
that's what he wanted to do.
Absolutely, man.
And he knew that once he got Katie PG pregnant, that his you know, his world, that he was about to start his life. Like he wanted to. I'm going to California. I'm gonna be a boxer or I'm gonna be a singer, a performer. And he wanted to do this. And then when he tried to do it, when he got back, the people he had, they wasn't connecting well. So, you know, he was just like, this is gonna be my thing. I'm gonna push these kids. Once that night that they broke that guitar string,
right?
It was how you say it. It was good and bad with that. It was good and bad that came with that. Good that they see that they could get out of this situation, but I only know what he was doing. He was probably out of control, yo. They was going to bars and all of that stuff.
Yeah,
I'm just thinking about everything.
To a lot so young. But you're right. I agree with that 100%. It's like he kept saying our dream, and at one point he was like their dream. And Katie even says to them, "Is it their dream or is it yours? Like you're literally living through." And it wasn't hers either. Remember, she thought she was gonna be a nurse. She just wanted to go and support him with what he was trying to do. But every time he turned around, he kept being like, "Our."
And I get you working hard to get them where they are, but you still have to, like, you can't be that, because they weren't normal, you know, for a long time. It was like they were weird in a way because they weren't able to be children.
Right.
And back then, the real Joe Jackson, them eyebrows used to look scary.
They still scare me.
Joe, his eyebrows used to scare, like he looked really like, you know, scared.
Oh, geez, Barry was a teacher to Michael, and definitely, he definitely looked up to him. Yes. And they too. I think a lot of them did. Joe had a whole other family living not too far from them. Yes, I know. Well, I know about the daughter, definitely, child. I know.
I thought that he had a kid with that first marriage. Because I think that's what it was. He didn't even tell Katie, but you know, back then, social media, all this stuff was out. Some people didn't even have phones in their house. So you could really live a double life, men.
Oh,
and a lot of men did it. A lot of men did it. They have a family here and a family there.
Right. Yeah.
And
I know a lot of situations like that.
I also think that one of the reasons why he was so hard on them about the girls is because of his situation as far as getting married, having a bunch of kids. He was trying to keep them from messing up the group, and he knows that if they got a whiff of, you know, and started having kids, getting married, that would be potentially the end of the group. I think it had more to do with that than anything else.
Yeah.
Yeah,
it's a combination of stuff. It's just
Jay Alexandra says the first album, Diana Ross presents. That's why people thought she discovered them. Yeah. OG Nala says, "I'm sorry, it would be over my dead body if my father kept me from having a love life." I know that's right.
I know, right?
Hey, Vacay. What's up, Jay? Hi, Inga Binga.
Yeah, definitely. So that's when he bring his raggedy behind home, telling her not to complain. I was over Joe in this damn movie. This part of the movie, I was over.
And she told her, "You got to live like that." Yeah, because she got all of this stuff. Oh no, and she knows she don't. Like, I mean, she's like really like a single mother.
Yeah.
Because how many kids did they have? And it was like, what, 5 of them out on the road with him, but then she still got the rest of them at home with her. So she was like a single mother. So
it was Latoya, Janet, Randy. I think it was those 3 there, because that's it, right? And Rebe. No, Rebe was out already.
So Rebe's
okay. Yeah,
Rebe's married, so that's why it was them 3 left.
Yeah, so she at home with 3 kids, and that's she was a single mother. He had half of them, but then they were wherever they wanted to be anywhere, anyway. They in hotels cutting up and carrying on.
Right,
And
because she
she's
said
still at
y'all all
home.
going, y'all always on the road. She said, "Yeah, I got this big house, but you not here with me. You going all the time."
Yeah.
Because he was making it seem like you ain't got nothing to complain about. You got this big house, you got everything you wanted, but she never really asked for this. It's just what he said.
Right.
Yes, Inga, I didn't even know. I thought you knew.
She kept popping them babies out, child.
Yeah, man, and
Yeah.
I
Oh yeah,
love
she
that
wasn't
part
on.
too when I think that's when he first was bringing her in the truck, and he said, "See, look what I did." And she said, "No, look what I did. If I didn't have all the kids, then you wouldn't have the Jacksons." I said, "Oh no, that's right, Katie. You better tell them." But I ain't push all these babies out. So, um, EJ, you want to talk about this? Look at the change in his face because he saw what was about to happen when these damn people start going crazy and rushing the stage.
Oh my goodness, that was so scary. But that also just
He
goes
was
to
scared. That's the first concert my father took me to, a Jackson 5 concert. I don't remember who was playing, but they was last because I was real little. I fell asleep. I was asleep. My father was holding me, and then he was like, "They on, Mooch, they on," and then he woke me up for them. But yeah, I always remember that. That was a good concert.
Yeah, so yeah, I mean, I thought that was interesting and to say the least, but it also goes to show you how different things were then and now. Because can you imagine if they had social media? That was without social media, the type of fame they had, the
I
type of stuff that
know.
went down, knowing where they were going to be at, and even having
Yes.
fan club the way that they had it, it was, to me, it was impressive. And that's how you knew if a group or anybody was actually really famous.
Yes,
At a fan
this is when
club.
you used to get the Right On magazines with them. They was in Jet. They was in all of those magazines.
Because one of them said, "I lost my medallion." Somebody snatched the medallion out. They got bum
They
ass.
was running. He was screaming. They picked him up.
Hey, Monique.
He was like, wait. He was like, wait.
Does anybody remember who did Joseph say the boys were like after they got chased by the crowd? Now she want to go come in.
I gotta write it in the chat. I'm probably late now. I know I'm late now. Because I ain't even, oh no, okay.
I forgot to send Inga the link. I said I wasn't gonna forget. My bad, Inga. Girl.
Why ain't? I would have sent it. Well, she sent
Yeah, I
it to
didn't
me.
even realize. I thought she knew.
Yeah, send it to Inga.
Okay, Moochie. Okay, OG. No, it's not.
Yeah, this my favorite movie. Sure, you see how it took me back to that concert.
Yeah, well, you was close, Monique 69, because we were saying how much he imitated James Brown, Jackie Wilson. But in this case, when they got chased, Daddy Joe was like, "We the Black
OG got it. OG Knowledge got it.
Yeah.
OG Knowledge got it.
Yeah,
right,
I saw he got it. That's what I said. Oh, you know your stuff.
Yeah, he had it quick too. As soon as I looked, when I came from typing it, he had it up. So yeah.
Yeah, he was happy with that. He told them it could always be worse. So I like this moment, but then I felt like they was getting too crazy too. But it was good to see them being kids. They over here throwing the water balloons, having pillow fights. Even Suzanne ended up getting into it. And I said if Joe would have came in, he would have whipped all their behinds.
Oh yeah. But I don't even think he was there yet with them. Like, was he with them like that?
No, because it was certain times when they would go ahead. It looked like she was watching him, and I forget.
Yeah, because she looked like the chaperone.
Yeah,
and this guy too. That's right. He was the chaperone.
Yeah. So this had me dying, yo. Anybody want to break this down?
Huh?
Anybody want to break this down? When she's one of the girls that came up to him and was like, "Oh, Jermaine, I just love you." And I said, "Well, how how she got to the room. Like, when this happened, what is going
I
on?
know.
She
And them
was,
two
she
under the
was,
bed.
oh, she was
That
in her
was hilarious.
feelings. She
She
was
was
sitting
under
there.
the bed.
They rubbing her leg, and she was like, "Oh, your hands are all over me."
It's like, I didn't touch
I
you.
touch
I
you.
never
My hands are right
touched you.
here. And then she talked about the roses. I think she said with 100 petals to make a drop or something. You like my
Mm-hmm.
perfume? I said, okay, she
Mm-hmm.
fresh, she fast.
Oh, she
Yeah.
sure
And
is
then
with her high
she
pitch.
gonna have the nerve. I'm
She
sorry,
was a
go
little
ahead.
forward.
Yeah, she had the nerve to tell him, so you were singing to Hazel? Like, there's rumors that you in love with Hazel. And he said, yeah, that's true. And I'm saying, well, if it's true, Jermaine, what the heck you got her up there for?
Right, what are you
So she
doing?
gonna say, well, I thought you were singing to me. It was hilarious. He said, I didn't even know you. Why would I be singing to
I
you?
mean, at least he's honest. Like, yo,
Yeah. But you had to be honest with
Yes.
that because I was like, what a girl. Come on now. What are
yeah,
you
she
talking
was
about?
just like ready to
Yeah,
give
he
everything.
definitely was green. He was like, room service will be here soon. She ain't want no damn room
Mm-mm,
service.
she wanted some service.
Mm-hmm.
Put them slingbacks on.
hmm
And they right there rubbing her leg. She doesn't. I'm like, how you thought he was way down there?
You know?
Right.
And you looking right at him.
Yeah. You just wanted
Uh,
him that bad.
Now this part kind of irritated me too, EJ. Who did you think these girls was? Because I could have sworn they was family, and so she was like, "They his fans. We can't, we supposed to treat them good. They the one who helped us to get here." I said, "Wait, the fans was going to the house for dinner."
Yeah,
Yeah.
that was
How they
strange.
listen? Well, you know they probably lived on a block or something. You know how because they went to
Mm-hmm.
regular school and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So they probably was kids from the neighborhood and they doing the fan club thing with them. Cause you know it probably was the sisters writing letters and stuff back to them and sending out stuff. So yeah, these is their friends. I thought they knew where they was and she didn't even know. Catherine.
Yeah, that pissed me off. And the fact that she was basically embarrassed in front of them because she trying to ask him on the phone and she's saying I have the right to know I'm their mother. And then this was Latoya, right? She's in her feelings and basically
Mm-hmm.
like, come on now. And she was like, man, I don't want to go back out there with them. Like, send them home. Mm-mm.
Yeah, that was a bit much. And then she didn't
Mm-mm.
even know where they were.
No,
Yeah,
that's what I
that
was
pissed
saying.
me
She
off.
had
And
no
Latoya,
idea where they was.
Mm-mm.
yeah, Latoya made sure to bring that up to her too. I was like, damn, I felt bad for her in that moment.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Oh, so now they changed out the
yeah.
Jermaine.
So of course, that's the second wedding where we got another grumpy ass damn Joe. Look at his face compared to everybody else's. Well, Michael was feeling sad too. I think
Yeah,
he
Michael
felt
was
like
feeling
he
bad
was
too
on
about
his
it.
brothers too.
Yeah, he didn't take it well.
Moochie said, I mean, Inga said fake ass. Yeah, Latoya definitely wasn't going for that. She was like, y'all better
Yeah.
get out of here with that bull crap. Like, why I can't go? Why you can't go? What is the issue? Some of my slides definitely was missing. Okay, yeah, because that's when he told them about them getting married, and I get it. Everybody's different. Everybody's sensitive, I guess. Because she went running and crying out the house like, your dad doesn't like me. I said, girl, I wouldn't have gave a damn whether he liked me or not. You pretty much been around and you know his attitude by now. He don't like nobody, so I wouldn't have really took it personal. And then the fact
Mm-mm.
that he thought he could bribe him and come in and offer damn instruments but only if he wouldn't marry her. I was like, Joe, if you don't get the hell
Yeah.
up out my damn face.
Instruments.
Mm-hmm. That's
Instruments.
crazy.
So
Y'all.
It was
he
the
already played with an instrument.
it was the camera equipment.
So he got
He was gonna give him the camera equipment so that he could take his pictures because he had been wanting the camera stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
He's a tyrant. Oh God.
he's
He
a
relentless.
butthead. That's what he is.
Yes. I don't know what to say about him. He's despicable.
Yeah. So y'all, this was my part right here. This is when Joe finds a wet towel in the daggone Who? And he running up the stairs saying how he about to beat somebody behind. And Catherine had to set him straight.
They have millions of fans. What are you going to do? Ask him to go out, get a switch off a tree, bring it in here so you can beat him with it. Go to bed, Joseph. Go to bed.
Go to bed, Joseph.
Bed.
Go to bed. I was so happy, like, yes, Catherine, tell him.
I'm glad she yelled at him like that. He needed his hair blown back.
Yes.
Go to bed.
Just take your.
This is what I was talking about earlier with them having to literally practice the daggone national anthem like a couple of minutes before having to go on. She didn't know that they didn't know the daggone song.
20 minutes.
They killed it though.
They did good.
And then he didn't want to get on the plane. What you thought about this, EJ? Do you think they did the right thing?
Heck yeah, the show must go on, but I understand. I don't like her. You know what I'm saying? It's storming outside, but Michael always been a little resistant. We saw that he always been one of those other kids would have just got in line when Joe showed up, but not Michael. Michael, like, forget this. You're gonna have to take me kicking and screaming, literally.
Yes, literally kicking and screaming. He showed his butt.
That probably would have been me.
He was on his shoulder. He had like a sack of potatoes on the airplane.
She even tried to bribe him with candy. He was like, "No, I'm never flying again. I don't give a damn what y'all say."
Yeah, he must have had the mess scared out of him.
For real. And then when they got here, Joe is telling him again, "Be a man," but it's like he's not a man. But of course, once he get on the stage, he did what needed to be done.
Good.
And this is like one of the first times I actually see Joe have a big smile on his face.
Yeah, I know. He looked mad through the whole thing. Except for when he was being a jerk trying to get Katie.
Yeah. And he was talking to that woman with his legs all gapped over.
So what y'all thought about this when Jermaine, once he got off that plane, and what did Joe say? Very Gordy gonna have all my sons calling him daddy soon. But he went to Barry. He wants to get married. What you thought about this when she brings this thing down?
Oh, it was the whole thing where he asked. I was like, I don't want to. You know how you be like, I want to know how Joseph is gonna be, and he was just horrible. He was just horrible. Very Gordy seemed like he was very happy to have him as a son-in-law. Yeah.
Somebody else he can control a little bit too. Just to throw that out there, Yeah, but that was
Joseph know he lost a lot of control now with Jermaine.
Yeah.
And I think he was mad mostly about that.
But and then he keeps saying, Barry Gordy, is y'all, he's not your father. Now you think he's your father. If you would lighten up a little bit and smile at them sometimes and give them a little bit of positives versus all the negatives. I know they're superstars now or becoming superstars, but you still treating them like they're less than
like babies.
Like babies or nobodies. You're not giving them you're not letting them grow with what they're doing with their success. You're not letting them grow up. You're still trying to keep them in children's places. And these are grown people. You know?
Yeah.
And
Barry that was the thing. He didn't want to let them grow up. He wanted them to stay stuck as small kids. And this is another wedding where he giving us the stank face. He was never
like
happy.
And him too, he's like, he feel like he's losing a part of him when his brothers get
every
married.
time somebody got married, he felt sadder and sadder, like it was breaking all of them up.
Because he know they moving out of the house and stuff.
Yeah, and I know how that feels because my older brother and I were extremely close. And I just remember he got married and I cried at their wedding. Like I was a flower girl, but I was just up there crying. I had to stop the wedding and everything because I just couldn't handle it. I thought I was losing my brother. Like when you're a close-knit family and one person leaves, you think that they're gone forever. You don't realize they're gonna be there all the time. You like that? You gonna go home? No.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. I felt like that when my sister got married too. She ended up married. Her husband was in the Navy, so of course now she's leaving. So every summer I was at her house when school let out. I was in the car on my way to whatever state they was in, and I stayed till right before school started. Like, yeah, my sister way in Virginia, she in Florida. You know, like no, I need to be with my sister. So I understand
That's
Michael.
right. So at this point, when they get home from the wedding, Michael pretty much said he was going to bed. Joe basically lied on him and was like, "Oh yeah, Michael's down with it. I talked to him about it because now his new idea is that they do a show in Vegas." And he brung up another group and he said, they ain't better than y'all. Anybody remember
Oh,
who
the
it was?
Osmonds.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry.
And they was like, "Well, we ain't got nothing against the Osmonds." He's like, "You think they better than you?" I was like, "Damn, Joe, calm down."
He always was bringing them up.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh
he
God.
always was bringing them up.
Oh Lord, have mercy. Yeah, Joe wasn't playing. Yes, I know, Inga. Dee. Later it was ruled a homicide, and originally they had said it was an accident that she drowned in a pool, and then they made an arrest later. And basically this guy had took her out. That's horrible. Her and Jermaine wasn't together no more though. Yeah, ex-wife, right? But yeah, that was sad. They had a lot of tragedies,
Yeah.
They did, yeah.
So everybody know what this song is, right?
Yes. There's a machine. Oh baby.
Oh, I didn't write it.
Although I like it, I always hated the base. I always hated that she basically stood by and watched while he tortured those boys. Yeah, but you gotta think it's a different time back then too. Not saying whether it's right or wrong, but that's a lot of how it was back in the olden days, as my grandmother would say.
Yeah.
And people ruled with you know what I'm saying? Like you got like I got
Oh, OG got it.
ridiculous. You know what I'm saying? Like I had so many whoopings. It
OG
was
knowledge.
crazy.
Yeah, because that's why they made the joke, OG. You right. They said Michael wanted to be Barry's daughter, and Michael probably wish he married Hazel, and Catherine was telling them to cut it out. She didn't want to hear them talking like that. She was like, this is hard on Michael when he's sensitive, but he did always look at Barry Gordy as a father. He even tells him at one point.
Yeah, because he was
He
always teaching
treated
him and
him better.
He was nurturing. Yeah.
Exactly.
That's just because some kids need something different. Mike needed different. Like some kids do need a little heavier hand.
Inga said when my sister got married, I was like, bye.
But some kids need a heavier hand and some kids need a butt whipping. I mean, there's some kids now that do some crazy stuff, and I'll be like, you need your butt whoop. That timeout mess do not work.
Right.
Mental parenting,
some kids,
what?
Whoopings don't work for, and that's not what you have to know what each one of your children need. But once again, we're talking about a different time. And that's why I don't go in hard on him because even when I was growing up, my parents, my daddy didn't whoop me, but my mom always wanted to go to, and I don't feel like I needed whoopings. I feel like if she had to talk to me, I probably would have been just fine. But that's not what happened because that's what they felt like they were supposed to. That's how they were raised, so that's what they did. But
there was so many of them though.
Do that.
Yeah. It was
a lot of kids in
definitely a lot
control.
of
So
them, child. So of course we start to see Michael and him not liking himself, him complaining about these pimples and stuff. Candy Love, what you thought about this? Break this thing down. This was sad to me.
Yeah. What got me was she was asking him about his eating and has he had a bowel movement or something. And people still say that to this day. Like if your skin is not this, that, and that, what are you eating? Which is true. And then your bowel, are you using the bathroom? I guess it's coming out of your face. But I hate that he felt that way about himself. because he was very
Yeah.
handsome. You know, I hate
I
he
thought
did
so
you know,
too.
he was very handsome.
Yeah.
And it didn't help when other people picked at him, you know, family members and the public or whatnot. That made it worse for him. That's why he went through so many changes, you know, laid on the
Yeah,
table so
it's
many
crazy.
times.
We can have our own perception of a person, but then they can look at themselves completely different. And
Mm-hmm.
she just was trying her best to let him know, like, you know, nothing ain't wrong with you. You handsome,
Right.
you
You
going
know?
through stuff normal. She said, well, if you 10 years behind, that means that technically you 18. And he was like,
Yeah.
man, mama, this ain't nothing to joke about. Like, I'm being serious right now. But she was trying to make him feel better.
But yeah, it was nothing that was going to help him out. But I
Hmm.
hate that. I hate that he felt that way about himself because nobody
Yeah.
else really did what he, you know, went through what he went through as far as the facial, the you know, the
Hmm.
surgeries on their face and whatnot. Like everybody came to a stopping point, but he just kept going till he
Hmm.
didn't have a nose. Just about. I hate he went through all that. That's oh gosh, that's a mind.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that was definitely the beginning, of it.
Mm-hmm.
And of course,
Mm-hmm.
this is Joe telling them that he wanted them to go ahead and leave Motown. Mike was pretty much saying they've been there for us. What y'all think? Do y'all think they was right? Do y'all think he was wrong? Do you think Joe was just being selfish because he was mad?
Joe was jealous.
Hmm.
There's always been that jealousy. It's understandable why. But at the same time, I do think that there comes a point that people in that are on Motown in their career that they come to a stall, and it's usually because of some other control issues, like how what I'm saying, like they're not. You have to change too. You got to bring in some different people. You have to do some different things, and I think a conversation could have been, to be honest, because they are the artists. But you know how back in the day the record labels were. So it's like
Hmm.
I'm in the middle on that one. I do think that in order for them to go to another level, they needed to sever ties, but it's a way to do everything. Or like I said, have a conversation and see what happens.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, definitely. Because I mean, they was making some points because they said, "Listen, we've been bringing them hits for 7 years, but at the same time, according to them, they was like they not even letting us in the studio like that no more." And they was pretty much tired of also doing the same old songs. Every single time they wanted to do something different. And I think they had mentioned Stevie Wonder, and I can't remember who the other person was, maybe Marvin Gaye, and the
Mm-hmm.
fact that they had
Yep.
started taking more control over their music, and they was like, we need to do the
Mm-hmm.
same thing. They said, Michael, well, you should be agreeing with us because you've been pretty much saying that too. But
Right.
unfortunately, it was kind of like everybody wasn't on the same page when it. Some felt like, yeah, let's go for it, and some felt like we should just stay here. And then I guess it was kind of complicated because Jermaine, with him being, married to Hazel now, he was feeling like that means that he's betraying Barry Gordy if he, sign off. So of course that
Well,
brings us to him coming to the house. How y'all felt about what he said?
which part? Oh.
With Jermaine when he comes and he tells him about.
Yeah, I thought that was interesting because I don't know all the ins and outs. I haven't looked at every documentary, and so I can't
Mhm.
really speak on everything. But I don't know how their money situation was. But I feel like if there was never a money situation to where y'all felt y'all were cheated out of anything, like I don't understand why that was necessary. If he's been straight up about the money part, I just don't know,
Right.
if that's ever been a thing. I've never heard of anything about, him cheating.
Mhm.
You know how some of these other people were cheating
Right.
that of stuff. I ain't never heard that about Joe. So if that wasn't the case, it just felt like a slap in the face a little bit. I thought it was a little awkward because when you go back and you look at that scene with him and Hazel, at first I was like, maybe this is a Hazel thing, but when she was talking, she talked with a lot of common sense. Like,
Oh yeah.
so I don't know what was going on with him. Maybe this was his way of controlling it. You know what I'm saying? Because, he wanted to take his control from his daddy. So maybe that's what it was. I don't know.
Yeah, I think a lot of them wanted to have their own control and not be underneath Joe so much too. It was like a combination because even when, he was trying to forbid him from getting married and he was like, no, I'm doing this. Um, And Tito pretty much had the same attitude too. It was pretty much kind of like, you're not gonna run my life no more. You're not gonna tell me what to do. And Joe was real shocked when he said he was gonna have his lawyer look over it. He was like, "Your lawyer, like you don't just take my word for it." So
Wow.
I
I'm
think
glad
that
he said what he said.
mm-hmm.
Because he's
Yeah.
finally stood up to him.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it
Right,
was also him standing up to him. I was just wondering if there was a money issue because usually
right.
people look at contracts when there's a money issue, and that
Mm-hmm.
felt like a distrust. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? So if it's about
Yeah.
you taking control, that's fine. But you know,
I think they did have I'm not gonna say money issues. I think they had like maybe album that they were supposed to do a certain amount of albums they were supposed to do, but of course they wanted to get out before those were done. I think because he signed a contract with them and didn't really read it, so it was it was a really it was, I guess, maybe contract issues and financial with them
but I'm talking
at a
about
certain time.
feelings. I'm talking about like a parent, like how different strokes when Arnold family was actually taking his money. Like,
Okay, that okay, yeah.
yeah, if it wasn't that type of situation, then I don't get why he didn't trust him. But like you said, it's
I
probably
think he was getting a manager's fee, and I think it was all over control. He wanted to have
Yeah.
more control. And he felt like Barry Gordy was getting more control because he already had a hold of Jermaine, and he wasn't going to let him get a hold of Michael. So that's what I felt it was like, because remember they were saying that part with, Michael acts like that's his dad or whatever.
Yeah.
Oh, where's Tamika? Oh no.
or probably kicked her out. You know, she said she was having
Mm-hmm.
issues, so
Yeah.
it probably kicked her out.
Ah.
But I don't know. It's just like you.
Oh, Lord.
Sometimes you feel like, honestly, I have like a down the middle with Joe. Like I think he went too far. I was so glad when Catherine finally put her foot down. I wish he had did it earlier. And then
Mm-hmm.
there's this part of me that understands that that time was different. It's just when we relook. You know how sometimes stuff just doesn't translate well when you look at it later versus
Yeah.
when I first saw it. I ain't really think much of it. Like I said, I ain't got a lot of whooping. So like, but then you look at it now and you like, dang, Joe, you was really hard on them boys. You know what I'm saying? Like and then you gotta
Mm-hmm.
think about the religious aspect of it too. And I think people forget about that part.
Mm-hmm.
And when people are, especially like Jehovah's Witnesses and stuff like that, and I'm not saying nothing about no Jehovah's Witnesses, don't nobody get carried away. I'm just talking about like when you're in a religion that has like strict rules. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like rules.
I'm
Okay.
sorry, y'all. Y'all know I
It's
always
okay.
have
Look,
an
we was
issue.
holding it down. We
Yeah.
was
Yeah.
holding it
Yeah.
down.
Oh
That
God.
stuff can get
Your girl EJ was holding it down. She came in through the clutch.
Mm-hmm.
I don't even know what we was up to. Oh, Lord.
Oh,
just talking about the contract.
Okay.
Jermaine said that he wanted his lawyer to look over the contract.
hmm
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, in a way, I think that was smart. It showed that they was starting to grow and they was learning the business for themselves too, and they just kind of wanted to be able to do their own thing. That's what I think it really boiled down to. Whereas he wanted to keep them, kind of wrapped underneath him. And what I was saying when I got kicked out here was that we don't I never really heard about them having money problems like that. Amongst all the stories that you could hear, that wasn't one of the things, but I think it also could have possibly been like as far as him getting paid as a manager and what he gave to them. That could have been an issue too.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because now probably Jermaine is in control of his own money.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah.
And he
So he was
definitely
mad.
seemed like he was tormented as far as not wanting to feel like he betrayed Barry because he felt like he did, so much for them. And yeah, I
Mm-hmm.
know that's a part of what he was saying to Hazel. And then I loved how she was like, listen, do what's best for you. It ain't about me. It ain't about my father. Like, that's going to be my father regardless. And I married you regardless. So, you know what I mean? One don't got nothing
Mm-hmm.
to do with the other. And I
Right.
felt kind of sad. It reminded me of the Temptations when Michael was saying to Jermaine, I always looked over to my left and you right there. Like I can't be looking over and you not there. You gotta be
that was so sad.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
I
I felt
didn't know
bad
that.
for him.
My husband asked me earlier whatever happened to the guy who played Michael in this. I was like, I don't know.
Oh, he passed away.
Yeah, he passed away.
Girl, I don't be keeping up.
Yeah.
You tell
He
me.
was sick.
Yeah.
I
I
think he had
believe
something
he
like
had cancer.
Yeah, I
leukemia.
think he said he had
Yeah.
cancer or something like
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, Inga had
Yeah, she put in the chat.
Yeah, he
that
did.
was
I
sad.
liked a couple of Jermaine songs. Hey Monique Nicole.
Hey,
Oh, you
Mama
said this is
Me.
one of your favorite movies? Yeah,
Hi.
I never get tired of the Jacksons. So now it was funny, but it was sad at the same time because child, Randy kept saying, I'm ready. I've been waiting to do this since I was 2 years old. And Michael just kept complaining like Jermaine ain't here. He gotta be here. He gonna come here. He was not here for Randy.
Randy said he was preparing since he was 2 years old. I said, Lord, help him.
Yes.
2 years old, okay.
Randy said, I'm waiting for one of y'all five to flip up. He was
Before I can
probably
even
I
walk
was
good,
like,
I've been ready.
Jermaine got his freedom from Joe at a cost because his solo career wasn't good at all. I mean, he had some, I don't think none of the rest of them really did that great after going separate, but then they also did some other side things too. And even if it's just one hit, it's one hit that you always gonna remember. I know that Tito actually worked on a lot of albums and soundtracks that I don't think a lot of people know that he did because he was in the background. He wrote a lot of songs, he sung background on a lot of other people things, played instruments on a lot of other people things. I wish I would have wrote all of them down. I didn't, but he actually did a lot of other work that most people probably don't give him any acknowledgement for.
You know what?
yeah.
That goes back to what you were talking about earlier. Remember when either you or Musha, I can't remember which one, but y'all were saying about learning the different aspects of it, and then with them learning and knowing how to play the instruments and learning different things. Because even when you're there soaking it in, you're learning it, and they've been in this business for a long time.
Right.
You know
Yes,
what I'm saying? So
absolutely.
that affords them
Absolutely.
to do something else, and that's what you're supposed to get out of it. If
Torek
you have
Sterling, mom, I don't remember him suing Motown. He could have, but I know he definitely sued Epic Records and them. He went in
Oh
on him.
yeah. He sued
Remember that?
Sony too.
Yeah.
I
He
know
went in
Sony. He
on
walked
them.
away with he walked away with his catalog, Eminem, the Beatles,
Yes.
he owned half of Sony.
Yep.
Yeah.
He sure did. He said, I don't know, you beat a child for doing something wrong, but not for dancing. So anyway, y'all, I know we got to get through the rest of these quick because, we got another show to do tonight. But does anybody know what they were saying here? This was the last song. This is after Jermaine leaves, and of course, Michael leaves not too long after this too. What was our last song that we had with them?
Oh no, this ain't the last one.
This was the last one until, a little later. This one we had a break. This was like right after Jermaine and Michael first left.
I gotta write it. Okay, hold on. I ain't want to say it out loud. I ain't want to say it out loud.
I don't remember. I don't know. I can't see.
I can.
See it so I can remember it, but I can't remember.
Yeah, OG be on it. Yeah, always, yes.
I never can.
Yeah, that's my joint, baby.
Perfect.
No. And it's so funny that this was the song that they sang, right?
Yep.
Never can say goodbye.
It was
Yes.
This part made me want to cry.
Yes. So now we get to the Michael that got the damn zoo going on, honey. Who want to talk about this? Oh God, he had these tigers. Listen, Catherine was calm because I would have been like, Michael, you got to get this up out of here, baby.
Yeah, she was very calm. The lions and tigers and bears and giraffes and
right.
Oh my.
Yeah, too much going on back here. But basically he was telling her like, no, ma, I'm doing my own thing. Okay. I ain't got time for this with the brothers right now. So the phone rings once.
Ring, ring, ring. Hello.
What you think about this? And he's saying he don't feel good. She over here feeling him for his temperature.
Can you give me some ice cream?
That part right there, the way he just
Pecan.
got real soft and sweet, and
Yeah. Look at him laid back.
that's
She
why
should have
she
put
knew
a
something
heel
was
right there.
wrong. Yeah,
Exactly. She
Mm-hmm.
should have.
Mm-hmm.
exactly why she knew something was wrong was because of how he acted. I'm like, dude, you gotta do better. I don't know why people want to choose.
All of a
Don't
sudden
know.
you being on nice.
Yeah. You a tyrant any other time. Now you want to be nice. I
Right.
don't feel good.
And then she went in there and listened in on the call.
And she
Shout out to whoever's watching us from Facebook. And Moochie, can you tell the people what they need to do before we see this little video clip?
Subscribe, hit the like, hit the share. Put us up in that algorithm and holla at your girl. Ew.
Yeah, y'all.
That's why you don't want to go with the boys today.
You must have plugged into somebody else's line.
Liar. You're a liar. And you're a cheat. And I don't want you. No, I don't want you. I don't want you. I don't want you. I don't want you. I don't want you no more.
Angela Johnson, no, she be acting, baby, honey.
Listen.
That's my favorite
I
part.
don't want you. I don't want you. I don't. Yes, girl.
That's my favorite part.
That's my favorite part too. I keep finding that part over and over again.
He had the nerve.
It was like ring once and hang up.
Have her in the house? Like Joe, for real?
And he's sending this broad money.
Yeah.
Did you get the money order? These days they would have said, did you get the Cash App, the Venmo?
Right. Yeah, so she went on to Mama House. She stayed there for 2 weeks. And she was like, I ain't ready to go back. Okay, Rebe know where I'm at.
Right.
I said, I know that's right. But Mama told her she need to go home. Because she was trying to say home is here. Mama said, no, the hell it ain't.
You ain't going to have his crazy behind coming here.
And they stayed together all those years, all that time.
Yeah.
Well, legally married,
Right. So now this pissed me off too. Maybe I'm the only one. Because I'm gone for 2 weeks. I left because I found out you was bringing your trifling whores in my house. And when I come back, you sit here boo-hooing, crying, showing me a contract between you and the boys. I'm like, what? We ain't going to talk about what happened. We ain't going to... What?
I felt
Yeah, EJ, go ahead.
No, I was just saying, I felt the same way you felt. That's the first thing I thought about. I said, no, the hell he didn't. But see, that's that narcissism.
Absolutely.
That's exactly what I said. No, he didn't. This is his way. He's going to try to bring it back to him. You know what I'm saying? To make her feel away. Now she got to comfort your ass. I'm like, no, if you don't sit your behind down.
Deflecting.
Yo. He was more mad about getting fired.
Yeah.
He didn't even care about this.
And then when she told him, like, the boys is always gonna love you, he had the nerve to be like, what about you, Katie? Bitch!
Don't be worried about me, shit. We good.
Don't be worried about me. Why you worried about that money order you sent?
Exactly. What you worried about?
Because I'm going to be all right.
Yeah. So, of course, this is when we are doing Motown 25. I swear I remember this like yesterday. They want Michael to join. He really didn't want to join. He wanted to sit in the audience. So, do anybody remember what album he was working on when Barry came in there to talk to him?
Was it Off the Wall? He had just did Off the Wall. So, whatever was after that.
Was Thriller?
Yeah, Thriller.
Oh, really? You don't know?
It gotta be Thriller.
Yeah. Joe was bold having her call and hang up. Yeah, he thought Katie was a fool. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, it was Thriller. He was actually singing Human Nature right before they started showing that damn zoo. He was doing that one in the studio. So he does, the Motown, and of course it's a hit. And Joe, here he go again. This is my dream. This is what I wanted. So I didn't really think they was gonna rock with it because you could see them giving him the side eye. But they actually go and do the Pepsi commercial, which I never knew that was his idea. Now I will say he has some good ideas. You can't take that from him. And of course, I remember this like yesterday too, and how crazy everybody went when he raised up his hand. Munchie, you remember this?
Yes, when this happened, I remember I was in school when this happened, and this was messed up, and they showed this on the news in the club, and they was reeling them to the ambulance and all of that. Yeah, I remember that.
And this reporter, I wanted to slap him. Oh, how are you feeling, especially since you and your son don't speak? Like, whether we speak or not, it's still my damn
That's my son.
Get out of my face.
Exactly.
So, of course, now this is another trauma added to it because he had 2 and 3 degree burns. And this one, he got bubbles with him, too. So, anybody want to speak on this real quick? And we only got one more slide, and we're going to end this. Make sure y'all all join us for Power, doing a little predictions before it come on. She just basically was on the one hand trying to encourage him and tell him that he gonna be all right, and how much the fans is there for him, and how since he was wearing the bandages on his head, it was fans that was copying off of him. And then at the same time, she was kind of talking him into, of course, this American dream, going on tour this another time with his brothers, and she made it into it being her dream and Joe's dream. Because I think she knew if she would have just said it was Joe's dream, Michael probably would have been like, who gives a damn about him and his dreams, lady?
Joseph.
Yeah, I think because she made it like, this is our dream. This would be, a way for y'all to just show how y'all made it and say a thank you to fans and how far y'all come, and you able to put the good and the bad into your music. So the way she sold it to him, he definitely, I think that changed his mind on it. And then of course, we get to it. And I loved his speech. What did y'all think about his speech that he said?
I liked it. I liked his speech at the end. I liked this. I like this concert was good too when they went on tour. Because you got a lot of good videos from this.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I liked how he talked about how they came a long way from 2300 Jackson Street, and just like slaves and all the different parts of the history of as Black people as a whole, and getting there and what they accomplished, and him and Joe and Catherine had a smile on their face. Yeah, that victory tour, 1984, baby. You had to be there, okay? What a time to be alive.
I was 3 years old.
I was in high school.
Oh God. She says, did you guys see the Thriller 40th anniversary documentary?
Yes, yes, Kitty, yes.
Please do watch it. I was thinking about bringing up parts of it when we was gonna do this, but then it was like I felt like it was too much for us to fit everything in. So
we gotta do it one by one. We gotta do one.
Talk about it separately. But yes, y'all, that was basically the Jacksons, an American dream, y'all, an American dream.
Okay. Hit them with the last song. Jackson Street.
Right, that was a jam too.
And they done made a dang on song out of the doggone. I said
about that their address. Yep.
I ain't mad at it.
Oh wow, you said you was blessed enough to attend 2 of the 3. Go ahead, OG. Okay. All right now. Okay. I know that's right.
That's dope.
Yes, absolutely. Well, you guys, we are about to, like I said, get into the Power Book 3 Raising Canaan, predictions pregame.
Come on over to my channel.
She's hosting. So we about to,
and I gotta start it because it's late.
Yeah, we about to join her over there. So I thank you all for joining us and rocking with us. We do this movie night every other Thursday, so we gotta figure out what the next movie gonna be. I don't know if we know yet, but we'll be here.
Yes, we will.
All right.
See y'all.
We know. I think we know what it's gonna be next. All right, I'm gonna go.
Okay.
Okay.